In the Del Sol, there is a drainage tube that runs from inside this sail panel through the car, and it comes out and it drains out from underneath the side skirt. And what we're going to do is we're going to unplug that today from the bottom. That way we don't have to remove this skirt because there's some pretty fragile clips and things in here, and it's a little bit risky to have to keep doing this. So there's a much easier way to get at it from the bottom, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the side skirt, so we'll go through that process next. First, we're going to remove these two screws at the front of the side skirt that are holding in place up against the fender well. One is right here, still in there, and the other one is mounted a little bit deeper in here. You don't have to remove the wheels if you have like a decent 90 angle screwdriver or a ratchet head, which you can get in there with that screwdriver tip in this tight space. If you're having a lot of issues here, then you might want to go ahead and remove the wheel to do this, but I didn't have to do that. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to go underneath the side skirt here, and there are, depending on which side of the car you're on, 6 or 7 of these plastic type retaining clips. They're all inside these little indentations right here, and just go carefully front to back and remove them all. You should be able to just unscrew the head and then just pull it out. If you have one that's got a stripped head, you might have to work a little harder at it with some pliers or something to pull it out and then replace it later, but these are just plastic. Once you have all those screws removed and those retaining clips, all you're going to do is take your side skirt and you're going to push on it this way. So you're going to push forward. It's going to slide off some brackets. You don't have to push very far. It's only going to push maybe a ½ inch before it comes off. If it's tight, you might want to try to hit this with a rubber mallet. If you have to remove your wheel to do that, go ahead. But I was able to just push with my hands and work it off, and then it should come off. Once the side skirt is off, you'll see in front of the rear tire, underneath here, these are what the drain holes look like on either side. And then you're just going to take, in my case I use an old speedometer cable because it's a little bit flexible and a little bit rigid, just the right combination. And you're going to stuff it up in there as far as it'll go, and if there's any blockage, this will knock it free. If you had any liquid here, water will start to come out. If anything was accumulating in your car, you probably want to have a catch pan down here so you don't make a giant mess. But please don't use anything rigid like a coat hanger, because then you might actually puncture or break the tube inside. So use something flexible that's designed for this purpose, or use a speedo cable. It seems to work really well. Just the right flexibility to shove it up in there, and you can get all the way up into the sail panel. That way you'll even hear the little tip of it inside the sail panel, and that should clear everything out, and then that should take care of your drainage problems or accumulating water if you have that happening in the back of your Del Sol. The side skirt is held onto the car with these retaining clips, and it's easy to slide the side skirt out, but then it's hard to line it up perfectly to get it back in. So my suggestion now is to gently get these out of the car. Just be careful not to break these side clips. You might need to push on the side with like a flathead screwdriver to get them to kind of squeeze in so you can pull it out nicely. Once you've pulled these out, you're going to go ahead and on your side skirt piece here, just go down the line and put one in each of these little spots right here. Then once these are all in, you can just lift this whole thing up and just snap it all back into the car straight. If any of your little retaining clips broke while you were removing the side skirt, don't worry. It is still available to be ordered from any Honda parts dealer.